Hi, welcome to day 5 of How to Surf Life's Biggest Waves. Today I'm going to talk about devotion. Devotion is such a key element in our path to bliss. But before I get into all of that, I'm going to start with some self-inquiry. So I invite you to just take a seat. If you're already sitting, just settle in even more. If you're driving, just think, but obviously don't close your eyes. Whatever you're doing, just bring your attention to where the body's at, what the space is like around you. Just become present to your surrounding, the colors, the textures, the objects, the sounds, the scents, the feelings. And so I invite you to close your eyes if you're able to. If not, just be mindful. Notice your breath. Notice your seat, your feet, your hands, your face. And take a notice who feels this body. You might answer, I do. Who is I? You might say, me. Who is me? You start to investigate. Maybe you say it's a thought. Well, what is a thought? A word? What's a word? Sounds? What is a sound? A vibration? What is a vibration? Energy? What is energy? When you get to that place that you can't answer, you've discovered the true self. You've discovered the essence of who you really are. Who you really are, you can open your eyes, but who you really are cannot be named. It can't be touched. It can't even be perceived in full thought because it's beyond all of that. We tend to notice it kind of in this space. We might call our brain or our eyes or our head, or maybe even hear the heart. It's that seed of awareness, that I, that just seems to always be aware of everything that's going on. Whether you're consciously paying attention or not, it's just aware. It picks up the most subtle things barely over here in your peripheral to the most obvious right here. Just always aware. And yet it's so close, but so easy to miss. We can go a whole lifetime without becoming aware of this. A whole lifetime without pausing to ask and really get deep into who am I? I mean, It appears that we see people around the world go a lifetime looking and searching for happiness and answers and completion out here in this world, this thing we call life, that is really a maya, a dream, an illusion, a vapor, mist. We think that if we just do enough yoga, read enough books, climb the highest mountains, build the biggest business, create a beautiful family, create a nest egg, have superior health, we'll find it. We'll achieve some sort of enlightenment or happiness or fulfillment. And yet we all know deeply that our answers are not out here, because what's out here is flimsy, it's material, it dies. Nothing out here lasts. Everything out here changes. At some time or another, everything you see will crumble and come to an end. It'll all become dust. And then that dust will become something else. So what's out here is not real, because what's real cannot change. And what cannot change was never born and never dies. It's eternal. It's omnipresent. It lasts forever because it is forever. And that is who we really are. We are the unchangeable. And the best news is because we're unchangeable, we can't get hurt. We don't have problems. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to create anything to become special, because we already are. We're just one thing. You are it. We're just one thing. So, people spend a lifetime trying to figure this out. And so many people are blind to it, searching, looking for it, building outside of themselves. And it's by this principle, number 5, devotion, that we find it. It takes a devoted, earnest, wholehearted seeker to find what was always within. And it doesn't take intelligence, it doesn't take smarts. It's so close a child can find it. And the most earnest, pure-hearted child can know all of this and have the sense of God within them at the earliest of ages. Because it takes getting out of your head and everything you think you know and coming into your heart and just knowing from what's within. It's so right there, because we were born knowing, and we go through our life forgetting. The world teaches us everything is outside of us, and to look outside of us, manifest, desire, dream, plan, build, and then you'll find it. And then, which keeps us out of the present moment, which is the only place you will ever find true bliss. Everything says you're incomplete, so you need more. You need to do more. Or maybe you need to have less and you need to minimalize, and then you'll find it. But it's always a matter of be more, do something different, get to give to get, this or that, instead of principle number 3 of just being. I talk about that in the 3rd video, beingness. It's in beingness, being still, being right now, that we can know the eternal truth. There's nowhere to get. There's nothing to do. It's just being right here that we can know the ultimate truth. There is no mountain to climb. There's no more book to read. There's no more guru to seek. The truth is right here. The truth is asking, who am I? It's that silence and that stillness. I amness. Om. This is it. And yet it takes devotion to stay aware of it. We know that, like Malcolm Gladwell says, 10,000 hours make a master. Well, that's not entirely true in this, but our devotion and our commitment and our earnestness, we will certainly discover and find and know the beginnings and the profoundness of I am. Again, it's so right there that even a child can just have a taste of God and be so wholeheartedly devoted and not know anything of the scriptures and completely be inside of it. Because what it is for all of us, because it is all of us. It is just that one thing that connects all of us. It's one. That's principle number 2 in the second video, that all is one. It's you. You are it. You are me and I am you, and we are together. The Beatles teach us this. We are all one thing, resembling God, divine, Satchitananda, Nirvana. We think we're divided by time and space in this illusion. It would have me believe that there's a you and there's a me, and that we're so different, and that we need to protect each other or protect ourselves from each other or protect each other against something else, that there's always another. There's always a bad guy. There's always a predator. There's always something else. And that's what duality of this dream would tell us, is that there's always one another because of appearances. But this is an illusion. And we stay reminded of that by our devotion, by committing ourselves to a practice to stay in the now, to come back. And so we might use mantras or a physical devotion or self-inquiry, like I started at the beginning of who am I? And that was the longest self-inquiry, but you can start getting into who am I? Candace. Who's Candace? Me. Who's me? Who feels stressed out right now? Candace. Who's Candace? Me. Who's me? Does the divine feel stressed out? Can the divine feel stressed out? No. So then Candace was caught in the illusion. But I, principle number 1, am the only truth. I am not really Candace. I am whole, complete, and perfect, divine, the eternal light of God. So there's no way stress by the appearances can do anything to the eternal light. Stress is just a little cloud. And what does stress have on top of this eternal light? And so you just bring that stress and say, well, Candace is stressed, but I am the light. You just watch that stress. This is transmutation. You just watch that stress from the eternal light. You just let it disappear. God has no problems. God can't have problems because God is complete, perfect, and whole. There are no problems when we come back to the divinity that we really are. And again, this is why we devote. We devote to these practices. The first 4 principles hold everything you need for bliss, and number 5 carries it and completes it with devotion. Number 4 is acceptance. Accept what is exactly as it is. I love what is. I accept how it is. So when life has the biggest waves that are come crashing down on you, devote to getting back up. No surfer that wants to be good at it just gives up when the first few crashes happen. They devote to it, they commit to it, they keep getting back on their board, and they keep riding the waves. Now, as I said in video number 4, sometimes the stream tells you to take a rest. You accept that. Sometimes your body is just so thrashed and tired that the stream of life says, okay, it's time for you to go take a break because the tower and the waves just hit you so hard, it's time to take a rest, but you will come back. You will get up again. But when you're ready to get back up, you devote. You stay committed because you know that the commitment holds the eternal truth. So you come back to, I am the divine. I am one with all things. I am whole, complete, and perfect. Number 3, right now is all there is. I accept and love what is. And number 4, I accept everything that life gives me. I agree with it. I agree with the challenges set before me as if I chose it. I agree with life exactly as it is. You commit to these 4 things, which is number 5, and you will absolutely find nirvana and bliss. Maharaj, one of my favorite gurus, very renowned and just a beautiful soul, spent 3 years reciting, I am that, I am that, I am. He repeated this mantra, and it just felt like you're just talking to yourself, but eventually it hypnotized the mind, it hypnotized the soul, and then he realized he's that, I am that, I am. And so this is another devotion, is to say a mantra and let it hypnotize and become a spell on your mind. I am that, I am. You can breathe. Breathe in, I am, I, and breathe out, am. I am, I am, I am. As you just keep coming back to the present moment, I am, I am. Things out here start to feel different. Their hardness and their distance begin to feel like they change. You do start to see a oneness in everything. As you commit to this practice, people find profound synchronicity. Feels like every little thing is a breadcrumb. And this is why principle number 4, you want to agree with what life's giving you, because there is no wrong or right, bad or good, so everything is one. So you want to agree with even the storms of life, because even those are the breadcrumbs leading you back to yourself. Everything is leading you back to your divinity. So you want to agree with everything life gives you as if you wrote it into the script, because at the highest level you did. So you don't want to disagree and resist and say, well, I really like that I'm seeing the number 1111 everywhere, but I sure don't like getting a flat tire. That flat tire could be the breadcrumb leading you to your soulmate. So you don't want to resist the flat tire because nothing is out of order. Everything has the perfect alignment leading you exactly as destiny would fade out. This is why you don't need to manifest or even pray. You just say, I love what is. Thank you for what is. I want nothing more than what is. You don't want what's not for you. What's for you will actually and always be there for you. Because of the now, everything is one and perfect. You'll be guided and led exactly where you need to go, step by step, by remaining in I am. You just say, I love what is, guide me to the next step. I love what is, guide me to the next step. And you'll be led on the most beautiful dance of your life. You trust the process completely and know there is nothing you can do that's outside of God and perfection, because you are it. You are perfection. You are God. And so there's nothing you can do outside of that. You can feel guilty and shameful about something, but even that is perfection. And though it might look like a conflict now, that conflict could be the very thing that transforms a family. It could be the catalyst for major growth for everybody around you. There are no accidents. There are nothing that you can do. There is nothing you can do that's outside of God. This dream was already planned. Your life was already planned. It's already destined exactly how it'll go. While it appears that you have a choice, and it appears that you might just at random get a glass of water, it was already in the script. You're just the one watching the movie play out through your body. It's the coolest thing. It's like being in a VR game, but you're not even having to control it. You're just embodying the character and then watching how the character plays out inside of this virtual world. It's the same here. And the most beautiful thing is you don't have to take offense to anything. You don't have to be worried about anything because it's already going to script, and you can just know that everyone is you. So if they do something you don't like, you can just laugh because you know it's all part of the script and it's not actually happening to the character. It's just this real life movie that you're embodying. You're just playing a Barbie character. Except you don't even have to play now. You don't even have to really make decisions. You don't have to react. You're going to just naturally abide in the self, devote to the self, and all of this will start working itself out. You'll be guided if it appears there's a step for you to do. You'll just have this natural inclination, the way you would when you have to go to the bathroom or naturally drink a glass of water. It'll become natural to just, I feel like I need to write. I feel like I need to go there. I feel like I need to say that something to that person. You'll start becoming just this very natural flow, this very easy thing. And by staying present and aware, remaining in the I am and the oneness with all, there's going to be a lot more ease and bliss going around in your life. You'll come from your heart. It'll appear as if someone's saying something attacking to you. And when you remain in the present moment, from a place of I am, you can just sit back and watch. And the knee-jerk reactions that you may have had once in the past likely will start to change. You might get to a place you don't even react anymore. Or if you do, you just come from your heart. You come from love. Instead of defending the perceived self that you thought you were, you now can come from love. You can offer something gentle. You can come from a place of tenderness because you know that you're one with that. And you also know that you can't be hurt. You're I am. So nothing they say can hurt you. So there's nothing to defend. They can tell a lie about you and you don't have anything to defend. You're just like, okay. The highest truth is not to react, to stay still and silent. But if that's not where you're at, that doesn't match what's going on, then just work on coming from what would I am, the highest truth of love, do? Be still, be slow, accept what is. Okay, somebody said a lie about me. I love what is. Okay, I love this. It's teaching me to, it's reminding me, it's a reflection for me to find my divinity. Okay, I am. We're one. Be still. And you might just say, okay, cool. Or you might say, well, that's not the truth, but you know, I wish you well. This is the truth. You just come from a place of calmness. Or you might just avoid the accusation and just move on to something that needs to be said otherwise. The thing is, you will know what to do because you're God. You will find the place and the peace and the knowingness within you from right here. Life gets a lot easier coming from this place, but devote to it. Create space as soon as you wake up and throughout your day to check in. Who is it that's brushing the teeth right now? Me? Who is me? Who is it that's sitting on a chair at work? I am. Who is that? I am. Who is it that's annoyed? Candace. Who is Candace? Just keep coming back to this moment. And make a practice and a devotion. The truth is you can do all the breath work, yoga, stress management. You can write in plans and goals and dreams and manifestations. And it won't get you there because all of that is outside. All of that is of the body. All of that is of the character. There are many paths that get you close. And for an earnest seeker, they'll find it. But you have to look beyond the body. You have to look beyond the practice. You just come into the seat of awareness to find the ultimate bliss and to find the ultimate knowing. It's quite simple, and you can know it right now. It doesn't have to be complicated or hard, because it's not. By having a practice and doing it often, it expands. You can continue to know yourself deeper and more fluidly. And like I said, nirvana flowers and it blooms and it just expands into a more harmonious way of life. It flowers indefinitely. It's expansive. And so you can find the fruits of bliss in every single moment the more you devote and practice with sincerity to knowing thyself, to knowing the ways of God, to knowing yourself as the divine, to being present with this moment to knowing everything is you. Everything is reflecting not the Candace, but the self, the I am. Everything is reflecting I am. The dream is set up to be a hologram that reflects the light back at the self. And so when you take time to know that, and then when you have an obstacle and you agree with it and you say, yes, I chose this, I wanted this, I agree exactly what life's giving me right now. That is part of the plan. That lawnmower is part of the plan. I agree with it. It's doing something, a blower, whatever the heck that is. I agree with it. It's part of the plan. Then all of a sudden you are in a place of non-resistance and you are in flow state. You are in the place where the hurdles of life that we often resist are now open for the channels of love to flow in. It's like a slingshot. The more that you feel resistance, when you finally say, yes, I accept, and it releases the slingshot to push you and take you into places unknown that are usually beyond your wildest dreams. But when we resist, we get more of it. And so you want to devote to trusting the absolute flow of life. The best movies always have hurdles and dips and twists and turns and unknowns. And so does our life. Why would we want it any different? We came to be God inside of the human form, to get lost in the dream and to find ourselves right here. We came for this. We came for the thrill of it. So when we want to surf life's biggest waves, say yes. Agree with those waves, because you came for these waves. You came to enjoy the ride. You came for the sheer wonder of it. You came to get lost in that labyrinth and to find your way out. But you no longer have to suffer in it. You can come back right here and now. And you can know yourself right now as the truth of I am. Devote. Open your heart. Be an earnest seeker of the truth. Be a disciple of the only thing that really matters. Let this be your guiding light. This above all else. Because anything you seek in a dream is going to end. It all leads to death. If you put your happiness anywhere out here, it will disappear and fade, because nothing out here lasts. But when you put your eyes on God, you put your faith and your hope and all of your existence on knowing I am, you're untouched. The truth is always with you. And you will have everlasting bliss. Be still and know. Once you know bliss, you keep expanding on it. You only want more of it. And it's nothing you even have to want, because it just is there. It's who you really are. There is no more wanting. It's all right here, right now. Thank you so much for watching these videos and for all of the support. I will be teaching more about these 5 pillars of bliss. These 5 pillars lead to the greatest imaginable life and heaven on earth, peace within. May nirvana flower and bloom and expand in your awareness. The keys to heaven are right here and now. Thank you for being with me through all of this. Thank you for watching. I will continue to share more about this. Peace be with you. Thank you.